London Uncovered. As we are moving on to a new episode, and today we are talking about the four horsemen. And yes, all relationships, even the most successful ones, have conflict. It is unavoidable, but the way we deal with it predicts the success or failure of a relationship. The four horsemen of the apocalypse is a metaphor depicting the end of times in the New Testament. A white horse representing military conquest, a red one representing war, a black one representing food scarcity, and a pale one, death. The four horsemen are also four communication habits that increase the likelihood of divorce or separation. And according to the marriage researcher Dr. John Gottman, these four behaviors are criticism, defensiveness, stonewalling, and contempt. Criticism is a global attack on the partner's personality. For example, they say, "You only think about yourself. You are so selfish." The antidote to this is to use I sentences and only raise specific situations instead of generalizing the partner's defects. Defensiveness. Defensiveness is a typical response to criticism. Partners feel they are unjustly or too strongly under attack. It often comes with a counterattack. The antidote to defensiveness is listening, understanding the partner's point of view, and accepting part of the blame. Stonewalling. It means to stop engaging with a partner. It is when we withdraw from the argument emotionally or physically. The antidote to stonewalling is to take a break from the argument and resume when you are calm enough to engage. Contempt. Contempt is criticism on steroids. With contempt, we taunt, mock, or ridicule a partner in an effort to make them appear inferior and unworthy. The antidote to contempt is to change your attitude towards your partner into one of appreciation. So what are the strategies to keep the four horsemen out of relationships? 1. Raise your awareness. Become hyper-vigilant about the way you interact with each other. 2. Practice being an active listener. 3. Take responsibility for your words, thoughts, and actions. 4. Take care of yourself. And last but not the least, be thankful for your partner. And one author says it in his poem, "I Love You Forever," very beautifully. And he says, "I can't define it, I can't deny it. These feelings I have, some would call it love, but it's much more than that, because in you I know I have found the other side of me. You are the peace and happiness where loneliness used to be. You are like a ray of sunshine in the pouring rain, a glimmer of hope during my darkest days. For all that you are and continue to be, I love you forever with everything in me." So let's go and see what people have to say about it. Tell us, why do you think relationships come to an end?
People grow apart, Sanjay. People, they grow at different rates. Life's challenges that are given to us change how we grow. Some people in a relationship have a different growth span, and that's why we get people separating, unfortunately.
What do you think are the signs and symptoms of a relationship coming to an end?
To be totally serious, not talking enough. Communication is the key to any relationship, whether it be love, whether it be a work relationship or whatever. Communication, communication, communication.
What message would you give to the world, Marcus?
Talk to each other. we're all lovely people, really.
Marcus, as always, a pleasure. Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Tell us, why do relationships come to an end?
Sometimes it just run its course. In this modern society, there's so many platforms to find different partners. You're exposed to various different things, different women, different men even, at a flick of a device. So naturally, your eyes quite easy to wander. Just using your phone, and I think it's hard now for younger people to stay focused when you've got so much options. My mum's generation, your partner was for life. Those days are gone now. It's who's the new thing on the block, what's the new thing on the block, where can I find a new thing on the block. So it's the stability or the commitment issue of life just isn't what it used to be, I don't think.
Are there any ways to detect the signs that a relationship is coming to an end?
Well, for me, if I was to walk home today and my partner didn't show me any sort of affection or didn't greet me in the same way or didn't do the things that she would normally do, I would believe there's something wrong in the relationship.
What message would you give to the world, Jeff?
Be honest with yourself, be open, be thoughtful, and think about others before you think about yourself personally. And I believe a relationship will probably last longer if you're able to be open and talk.
Jeff, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us, why do relationships come to an end?
I think relationships come to an end for a number of reasons. A lot of the time it's two people, they have a common alignment when they get together, and then they just diverge, and I think a lot of the research shows that a lot of the reasons people break up is for financial reasons. I think I've talked about this before, that one partner might be earning more money than the other, and there can be like a shift in power, and if it's the woman who's earning more than the man, I think particularly that makes the man feel a bit redundant, and also, I think that you can just grow out of love as well, for various reasons. The other person might be really annoying, they're not willing to change their habits, and you feel like you've been put upon. So like I say, there's a number of reasons why we have relationships break down. But number one, it's just because we're human. We have our faults.
Tell us, Tom, are there any signs or symptoms to detect a relationship is going to come to an end?
Yeah, I think that one of the key ones is when there's infidelity, when there's cheating going on. Now, I have cheated on my previous partners, and I've been cheated on, and I think some of the telltale signs is that the other person doesn't show an interest in you, they're not engaged with you, and they are maybe being quite secretive about their habits. So, for example, saying that they're going somewhere when they're not, and obviously, and if you find out about that, then it puts suspicion in your mind. That's one reason. But like I say, there are multiple reasons why we fail to progress in our relationships. And like I say, I think it's just because we're human. We're frail, we're emotional, we're all sorts of negative connotations, and we're kind of in it together, and I think we just need to recognise that. What message would you give to the world, Tom? I think when it comes to relationships, we just need to be realistic. We may think that we're going to be together forever, but I think sometimes it's not good to give your heart and soul into every single relationship. You can tell, I think, quite early whether the person that you're dating or you're in a relationship with is the one. And I think sometimes you just need to manage those expectations. Tom, as always, a pleasure. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Sanjay.
as we come to the end of this episode, and we've been talking about the four horsemen. And we have seen that the four horsemen are statistically proven to be the initial predictors of divorces or breakups. The real important thing to keep in mind is that even in happy, stable, and successful marriages and relationships, the four horsemen may occur. No couple is perfect. The difference in happy relationship is that the four horsemen don't occur as frequently, and when they do, those couples are more effective at repairing things. And one author puts the meaning of marriage beautifully when he says, M is for making a future that will last. A is for accepting both the present and the past. R is for respect for each other every day. R is for remembering those special things to say. I is for issues which no doubt will challenge you. A is for always find a way to talk them through. G is for growing, the love that keeps you strong. E is for endurance when sometimes things go wrong.